There are tales littered all across the wasteland. Some speak of wendigos lurking in the Appalachian Mountains. Some caravans mention a mine filled with Wanamingos, and others speak of an Ibot able to control rats with a flute. Are these just radiation poisoned brains conjuring up these myths, or is there some truth to them? Only you can decide as we step into the haze of Wasteland's legends. Close to the end of the pre-war era, the US government built two towns near the California and Nevada border. These two towns were named Hopeville and Ashton, both of which acted as places to promote the American dream and were lived in by mostly patriots and surrounded by military bases. But with most government projects, there was a catch. The residents of Hopeville were used as test subjects of the Big Mountain Weather Control System. And to top it off, the two towns laid above an extensive system of nuclear silos. And while I couldn't find much on the history of the two towns before the Great War, other than the huge military presence and propaganda, I was able to unearth quite a bit of what happened to this area after the nuclear flames. The survivors of the bombs and the storms caused by the Big Empty came to name their location the Divide, as it was located between the remains of two American states. The citizens of the Divide were able to survive the brutal conditions due to the location having a strong military presence, and later because of a determined courier who kept them connected to the outside world by delivering them packages. Because of this, the NCR was able to use the route of this courier to reduce traffic on the Long 15 and offer an alternative route for both merchants and the NCR's army. Of course, with a supply line like this, the Legion and NCR fought over it, but it was nothing the NCR couldn't handle. The NCR, having captured the enclave base of Navarro, had acquired a strange device, one that they believed could be understood by the residents of the Divide, due to its old world symbols that matched the ones they had around their location. They used the same courier that had traveled to the Divide many times before, Courier 6, to deliver this package to the survivors of the Divide. However, when they opened the package, the device detonated the nuclear warheads that laid beneath the ground and caused massive destruction and chaos, and like a cruel twist of fate, divided the land, causing a massive scar on the earth. The intense storms, now mixed with sand and other pieces of fallout, became a non-stop deadly sandstorm capable of tearing off the skin it came in contact with, making a horrible disaster even more deadly. All who were there during the explosion were either killed or turned into the marked men of the Divide. These people were skinned alive by the storms and were a special kind of ghoulified, in which their hatred and the radioactivity of the Divide kept them alive. This hate was unified in the marked men, however, so much in which the once NCR and legionaries united for one common goal: survival. But beneath the rubble was a sole survivor. One man with an American flag painted on his back survived due to the automated medical robots who recognized the flag and saved his life. This man was a courier known as Ulysses. This tragedy was also a strategic devastation to the NCR, who lost one of their two supply routes to the Mojave. But after 4 years, it seemed most had moved on and forgotten about the Divide. However, Ulysses was determined to remember what was once the civilization of the Divide, a place of hope, and a place that had a chance to make a new nation, one without the downfalls of the NCR and Legion. This inspiration eventually manifested into a plan to make the new beginning for the human race. But in order to do this, he needed to wipe the slate clean. He would do this by nuking the Long 15, which would cut off the NCR's supply line and cause potentially fatal damage to the nation. In return, they would be forced to leave the Mojave, and the Legion would eventually devour itself, as it relies on war to survive. Not only did he yearn for a new civilization to rise from the ashes of the bear and the bull, but he was also planning on making the courier who unintentionally brought about the destruction of the Divide pay for the tragedy. And so the two couriers that had cheated death met in the Divide and faced off under the old world flag, the very one this land was ruled over. And at the end of the explosions and chaos, only one left the Divide. But I believe they settled things in an honorable way, as the only nuke that I saw launch landed inside the Divide. While this might sound like a story of heroics and hardships, it is only another page in humankind's brutal tale. Thank you all for listening to the story of the Divide. there's anything else that you would like to know, please let me know down in the comments. And please subscribe to my channel as I release lots of Fallout stuff, cosplay, lore, gameplay, and cooking, and more. Please subscribe to me to get all that. Thank you so much for watching, and may the Wasteland treat you with peace and prosperity.